Welcome back to On a Budget. In today's video, I want to talk to you about why it is so important to actually live your life on a budget. There are a lot of people out there that want to live a financially independent and financially free life, but they can't do it simply because they can't be frugal. They cannot set a budget and live by that strict budget in order for them to achieve something greater in life. They keep spending their money and they're living paycheck to paycheck. Therefore, they cannot reach financial independence, because financial independence means you have to do whatever it takes until you get there, until you make it, and then you can start spending a little bit more. Let's say you're out of school, out of high school, out of college, and you start making a decent salary, but you're spending everything you're making. You're not keeping anything, you're still broke. It's not how much you make, it's how much you keep. They will tell you the 80-20 rule. At least put away 20% of everything you make, monthly income, into your savings account or some type of an investment account to give yourself that financial security. Maybe an emergency fund, maybe an investment portfolio that is actually going to grow over time. So living on a budget is actually the #1 rule that you have to follow if you want to be financial independent, if you want to be successful. You set yourself a monthly budget based on what your income is and based on what your expenses are. If you want to get out of this routine of living paycheck to paycheck, all you have to do is write down a profit and loss statement for yourself. A lot of people confusing profit and loss statement with something that only businesses do. That word freaks a lot of people out, but it shouldn't. You shouldn't be freaked out by the term profit and loss. It's not even a balance sheet, it's just a paper that shows you, okay, this is my profit and this is my loss. If you don't have a business, you don't have a profit, you have an income. And that income is, for example, $4,000 a month. You take that $4,000 a month, you put it down on a paper. That's your profit. You don't have any other sources of income, unless you do have some dividend paying assets, some real estate, property. And then on the other side of it or under it, you have to write down all of your expenses. First, you start with the overhead. Overhead is your expenses no matter what you do. Those expenses include your rent, your mortgage, if you rent or own a place, your vehicle payments, your gas, your insurance. After that, groceries. It's a variable one because every month you may be spending a different amount of time. Allocate an average. Sometimes you spend $100 and sometimes you spend $300. On average, you're spending about $200. And let's say you're left with $1,000 in the end. That $1,000 can go either into your savings account, you can break it up and put some in savings, some as an investment, or you can just waste that $1,000 on partying, drinking, going out, and just wasting it that way. Wasting your time, wasting your life, wasting your health. Living on a budget means that you're gonna take that $1,000 that you're left over with, and you're going to be extremely smart with that money. You're gonna tell yourself, okay, you know what, it's a whole $1,000. I can afford $100 to $200 to just waste because I earned it, I deserved it. Okay, you have $800 to do something with. It's like gold. You cannot spend it on any junk. It has to go either into your savings account so that you build up your emergency fund, or if you understand investing and understand that investing is a better way to save your money in the long term and you don't need that money anytime soon, then you can start investing. If this is the first $800 that you can put into your savings account, I do not recommend putting it into any stock market or especially crypto market. God forbid something comes up, maybe it's a rainy day, you need some emergency, couple $100, you have that in there. Be really careful with investing because you have to know what you're doing, first of all, and second of all, you cannot ever put money that you cannot afford to lose. Any money that you might need immediately should not go into any investment portfolios. Put it into your savings account. And this is how you start the journey. You just set a budget for yourself and you watch how much you're actually spending versus how much you're actually making, and balance it out in such a way that what you're making is always higher than what you're spending, always higher, because if it's ever the same or even less, that means you're either living in debt or living paycheck to paycheck. It has to be higher, significantly higher. And your job is to build it up higher and higher and higher every year if possible, as often as possible. Your job is to increase your earning potential, your earning ability. And just like that, once you build up enough money in your emergency fund, you can start investing a little bit of that, and then you're gonna be on your way to financial freedom. Thank you for watching. Like this video for the YouTube algorithm, and I will see you in another video.